Hello, Fanarchy and YouTube. Philly Freak coming back at you, talking to you about UFC 100. Um, the other night, UFC 100 extravaganza in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Mandalay Bay, and it was a beaut. Bunch of really great fights, two titles, and it was well worth it for those of you who spent the money to get it. Um, let's start with the first one, which was I think it was the first one, but it was the first real good one. It was like the second fight. It was Dan Henderson against Michael Bisping, USA versus Great Britain. Very great fight. Two really good fighters, and it was a boring fight in the beginning of it, and it was really boring up until the very end, where Dan Henderson just nailed him with a punch, and he just clipped him right on the jaw. He went down like a sack of rocks, and then he came down with another one, which I think really hurt him. And so it was a boring fight up until Henderson just killed him. And so go Dan Henderson. That was a really great fight. It was well worth it. It was a little boring, but you made it all worth it. So the next big fight was George St. Pierre versus Thiago Alves, and this was a big fight. I think everyone. This was the first title fight. I think this was the first, and everyone was expecting George St. Pierre to win, and he didn't let anybody down. It was a very great fight up until the very end. I was actually surprised with Thiago Alves. He just kept coming, getting up every time, every round. George St. Pierre would take him to the floor and try to hold him there. And I know, just from my wrestling experience in the past, being on the ground, you get tired being in a submissive position to getting to like a reversal, so it just drains your energy. And he, Thiago Alves, easily pulled the reversal on him like 5 or 6 times, maybe more than that. But Thiago Alves, stayed with him for 5 rounds, and so he definitely did a great job with that. Very exciting fight. It came down to the scorecards, and George St. Pierre took the title. So it was a very exciting fight to watch. And then the big fight after that was Brock Lesnar against Frank Mir for the heavyweight title, and everyone was expecting Brock Lesnar to win, but I think everyone wanted Frank Mir to win because not a lot of people like Brock Lesnar. Uh, if you've ever seen Brock Lesnar, the guy is massive. He came from WWE and he came to the MMA, and he's probably the strongest man in the MMA. He is so massive, and anyone who wants to get in the ring with him better know what they're doing because he is a beast, and he's going to take anybody down. Frank Mir is a jiu-jitsu artist. I think everyone thought that would dominate Lesnar's strength, and it was embarrassing for Mir. It was a very embarrassing fight because you know Lesnar just made him look like an 8-year-old on the playground. Just crushing him, and I'm amazed that Mir lasted as long as he did with Lesnar just pounding him. But it was definitely a revenge fight. It wasn't, there was no sportsmanship coming from Lesnar. He didn't tap gloves with him. He flipped the crowd off after he won. I mean, he was just no class whatsoever coming from Lesnar, and I think that just makes people dislike him all the more. Although it did make for an exciting pay-per-view event, but the guy's just a jerk, and nobody, he's got no class. All he wanted to do was go in there and murder Frank Mir, and he definitely accomplished it. So very exciting night of fights, and UFC definitely pulled off a great night with their 100th extravaganza. And I heard that it was, the viewer, like it reached like 80 million homes, like 80 million TVs had this event on, and so a lot of people were watching, and it was definitely worth it if you saw it. So give me a comment, subscribe on YouTube, and let me know what you think. So this is Philly Freak signing out.